But first, we've been contacted by couples who have paid for wedding photographs and were left waiting for them months after the event. They paid around £500 to a business called Blackout Media Weddings. It promised to travel anywhere in the UK and provide full-day wedding shoots. Jordan Bradley got in touch with us about it. He lives in Ebbw Vale in South Wales with his wife Abby. They hired Blackout Media Weddings when they got married in May. They've been planning their wedding for 2 years. Jordan's on the line. Jordan, hi. Tell us then, what made you choose this company in the first place?
Hi there. So we first booked Blackout Media in 2023, and it was on a Facebook advert that got our attention. And then when we clicked the profile, there was loads of reviews, sharing them daily, really positive reviews. And when we messaged him, he was really friendly, really forthcoming, and yeah, we booked from there.
So the man that you messaged was called Adam King. How did you pay him?
Paid a deposit via a bank transfer, and then there was no issues for a while, and then he messaged us asking for the rest of the payment. This was a year even before our wedding, and he was saying, oh, there's a discount if you pay now. Should have been a red flag at the time.
Yes.
But yeah, we paid the rest then by another bank transfer.
So what happened on your big day? So
we had no contact for after the second payment. So we messaged him, is everything's okay? And he was like, yes, we've got you booked in, I know the place. Didn't tell us the name of the photographer or any details really. And then on the day, a photographer turned up and didn't know what we wanted. It was very friendly and great, and the photos now that we've finally received after paying him again, yeah, great, but he didn't know what we wanted, so we kind of had to guide him and on the day, really.
So it wasn't what you thought you had paid for. So you say that eventually you paid this photographer, but in the meantime, you'd expected that you would get the pictures from the company, wouldn't you?
Yeah, when we messaged like 4 or 5 weeks later, just give us a time frame, he was like, oh, I'm behind. It's going to be 10 to 12 weeks. We thought, oh, that's quite a long time. And then we thought, oh, you know, give him grace. He said that he'd been in hospital. So we thought, oh, we can't really complain. And then he started to ignore the messages after 10 to 12 weeks. And then we found other reviews, Facebook groups about him, other couples who've been effectively scammed, really.
Who never got their pictures at all?
Yeah, I'm sure you might speak to him today, but there's some people who never had a photographer turn up, haven't received a refund. He's blocked a few people.
So that you eventually went to the photographer who turned up on the day. Did you at least get some good pictures from him?
Yeah, so we had to pay 400. Obviously, he hadn't got paid from Adam, so we paid 400 for him to edit them. But he suggested we try and get the money from Adam, which was fair. He didn't want us to double pay, but Adam was pretty much refusing and either not replying or saying he has a backlog, and it's just tough luck, really.
So you'd paid Adam 500 and then you ended up paying the photographer an extra 400, but the photographer insisted that was really the price of editing and preparing them, that he thought you should get your money back from Adam for his work. We found this photographer that came to your wedding, and our reporter Julian Pashkovich managed to speak to him. His name is Taras Shevchenko, and he is a freelance. He told us he came to the UK from Ukraine only a year ago, and he lives in Nottingham. He said that so far he has done 15 weddings for Adam King, but he is owed payment himself, as you said, for 9 of those weddings. Now, Taras said he is paid by Adam King up to £400 per shoot, but that depends on how far he has to travel. And so far, he's been sent all over the UK. Here he is.
It's across all UK. So I take photos in Cardiff, I take photos in Wales, I take photos in Turkey, so everywhere.
And what sort of notice did he give you?
He can write me on Friday, say you free tomorrow.
And did you ever have a contract with Adam?
No, I don't have contract.
So how did you speak to Adam?
I'm just speak with him with Facebook Messenger. Only Facebook Messenger, yeah.
Did he ever give you a telephone number at all?
No.
How much money does he owe you?
£3,100.
When was the last time you spoke to Adam or heard from him?
Oh, he's right to me not this week, previous this week. So he says that he needs 3 weddings. He write me that wedding he wants that I send him photos and say that he will be paid me for all my weddings.
So how did you respond?
I just want that he's pay me for my work and forgot about all this situation.
That's Taras Shevchenko talking to Julian Pashkovich. So, Jordan, sounds like it's still very much going on, and it sounds like it's not very well organised, to say the least. What would you say you have learned from this whole experience?
At the time when we booked him, the research was the reviews and feedback. So just keep on top. I think once you paid the deposit, I keep checking the company, because you're kind of planning on other things, but just keep on top of it, check other people's reviews, Trustpilot even. I wish we had done that in hindsight now, but when we originally booked him, he seemed to be on top of things, and then he let it slip over the last 2 years, I think.
So, Jordan, did you just check the reviews that he himself had posted? Do you mean you didn't go outside, or do you mean you just should have kept checking?
Yeah, I should have kept checking, I think, and especially like the red flags of like a discount price and and the reviews he was sharing were from other people who was in, but obviously he's the ones he probably approved.
Yeah, I see. So you never went outside his own site to get an appraisal of what he was like?
No, and obviously the only contact details he was given was his Facebook page, which really, for a business, should have a mobile phone number and maybe an address, but yeah.
Well, Jordan, as you say, there are more than a dozen complaints online about this company, Blackout Media Weddings, some of them dating back a few years. And we have traced and spoke with 4 other couples. In one case, as you say, no photographer turned up, and that does seem to be the case for some people. So we thought we'd canvass some expert opinion on wedding photographers, how to book a good one, how not to end up disappointed. Kate Williams is the editor of the magazine Rock and Roll Bride. Kate, what's so much to say here? What are the red flags? When you think about what Jordan and Abby paid, they paid £500 for an all-day shoot. Should that have been a red flag?
Hiya, yeah, I mean, definitely that is a very cheap rate for a wedding photographer. It's a lot of money, but if you think about it, there's only 52 weekends in the year, and if a photographer's working every weekend, that's just over £20,000. That's not a huge business. So it seems like this photographer has charged a very low rate so they could get in lots and lots of bookings and then outsource those jobs, which isn't really a very standard thing that a lot of wedding photographers would do.
No, because you don't imagine, do you, when you're booking someone, that they'll be ringing round a few days before or the night before trying to find a freelance from somewhere to turn up for you.
No, exactly. I mean, your wedding day is such an important day, and most of the vendors you'll be booking, you want to have a bit of a personal relationship with them. You want to feel like they're going to care about your wedding and know what you want and things like that. Jordan was saying, the guy that showed up had no idea
horrible.
The day was what was happening. Most wedding businesses are small businesses, so you'll be working one-on-one with a person. And I don't know if Jordan or these other couples had a contract, but checking the contract to see if the photographer you're talking to is the one that's going to show up is a very important thing to do as well.
Jordan, did you have any kind of a contract?
We did, but reading through it, it was very much to cover his own money issues.
It was just all about payment, Kat, how much did you expect to pay for an all-day wedding photographer?
I mean, I personally wouldn't recommend working with anyone that's sort of less than $1,400. Yeah. I'd say $1,500 to $2,000 is probably about the standard in the UK right now.
Now, Kat, Jordan also regrets that he only looked for the reviews on this man's own Facebook site. He never went beyond that. He only did that later when he was let down. So when you are choosing a wedding photographer, what are the checks that you should make?
So I would make sure you're checking across all of their social media. So not just a Facebook page. I mean, anybody can set up a Facebook page and put on some photos they've ripped from Google or fake reviews. So, are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Do they have their own website? Any legitimate business will have all of these platforms. And it will be very consistent across the board. Make sure that they're updating them regularly, because anyone can set up these pages with no.
And what can you do if the wedding photographs never come?
Well, sadly, there isn't really a trade body for the wedding industry. But so just, if possible, pay by credit card or PayPal because you're more likely to get your money back that way. Um, if something goes wrong, I mean, thankfully these stories are very rare. But going to small claims court or citizens advice potentially, but really you want to be doing your checks beforehand so you don't have to get to that point.
Jordan, what will you do? Do you think? How did you pay? Did you pay by credit card?
We did, and we missed the year window. We can get payback.
Gosh.
Yeah. But we've reported to citizens advice and obviously contacted the show. It's just about raising awareness now. I think we might have to take the hit because Adam says he refund us in 28 days, and that was almost 3 weeks ago, so I'm not expecting it back.
I should say we also contacted him, but he hasn't responded to us either. Kat, just before we leave it, what would you recommend somebody doing if no photographer shows up?
Ask your friends to take lots of pictures. Yeah. I mean, you really don't want to get to that point. There's nothing, it's the day then. You don't want to be stressing about trying to find a wedding photographer.
No, but everyone has a phone now, don't they? People take some great pictures. You'd get those great candid shots, wouldn't you, hopefully?
I mean, yes, it wouldn't be the same, but you would get some photos that way, yeah.
Jordan, what did you want to say?
Oh, just luckily, we did have quite a few people take pictures, not of the ceremony, but I thought I was going to make an album for blurry mobile pictures, but it was okay.
And it would have been okay?
Well, it's about the day, really.
Yeah.
I tried not to let it affect us, but it's quite worrying at the time.
Oh, well, thanks so much for getting in touch with us. As you say, you wanted to get the message out, and you have. That's Jordan Bradley in Ebbw Valley and also... Ebbw Vale, and also Kat Williams from Rock and Roll Bride.